Hi everyone, my name's Tom. In this video I'm going to break down 6 essential tips in Red Dead Online that I've learned in my time online, and I thought I'd share them with you as well because this is something I keep seeing online that people don't know, and some even being like rank 300 and not knowing these tips. So this is what this video is for. If you liked it, please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and thank you in advance for watching. So without any further ado, let's get to it. Number 1, or number 6, whichever way you look at it, awards. So if we come into the player menu here and we go to progress, the game gives you an awful lot of rewards for a variety of things, whether it be roles or whether it be combat, hunting, as you say, survivalist, doing all sorts of things in the game. And so what you'll get in here, and we'll just use this kills as an example, you can basically, once you've matched this, it will award you a buckle. But it also says for a lot of these in the bottom corner here, reset award. If you reset this award, it will give you half a gold bar back for each award. So when I first found this out about rank 80, when I had all the awards I had already unlocked reset, I earned like 10 plus gold bars back very quickly. And since then, this has been a great feature for unlocking basically gold for free. And I put this on Reddit the other day, and it's still amazing the amount of high levels that don't know about this and thanked me in enormous amounts of that basically they never knew this. So go in there, check your awards, get free gold, be happy. Don't pay for gold in this game, it's not necessary. Okay, so number 5, we're moving to moving camp and your player menu and the quick menu. So if you want to replay a story mission, there's this side menu here, and at the bottom it says quick join, and you can go and join a variety of the matchmaking games that are available in the multiplayer. So these are actually dotted around the map as symbols on the map that you can travel to, but I don't think anybody actually does that. And at the bottom here it says story mission on call. Now I'll say I think the story mission servers are always busy. Whenever you press that, you're guaranteed to get straight into a story game. What we also have in this player menu is we've got this online section, and this is what you get when you first open the game. And so obviously you can just go free roam, and that kind of puts you where you last left off. But the essential one here is camp, and it will basically teleport you or spawn you straight to your camp. The only problem with that being is it will put you into a different server, or it will swap sessions, which if you're getting griefed is a great way of getting out of there. And while we're here, the next one on that is posse up. If you're a low level player, this will put you into matchmaking with an open posse, a temporary open posse. And I suggest go and playing on that because that is your best way of finding a delivery mission, a moonshine mission, that will pay you a lot of money back for not doing a lot of work. And that is the key way in this game of earning money really quickly at the beginning, is going and helping high level players, because trust me, at the beginning of the game, it's giving you like $8, $16. It takes a lot. If you could do a one delivery and get like $400 for it, that's a gun almost immediately. That's a saddle for you. That gets you a lot further than you would in almost a few days of playing. So honestly, go and play Posse Up. It's a lot of fun. Some people can be dicks, but just as I said, just come in here, press camp, press Posse Up again, whatever. Teleport you straight away from them, and you won't have to see or deal with them again. Fast travel posts, one of them being here. And you can use these to get around the map, but I suggest riding around the map at the beginning, but they are useful to get back to your camp. Now, the other way of actually moving our campsites, you have to go into here, because I didn't know this for a very long time in the game, is you go to camp, and you basically want to select size and location, and this will take you to, you can basically set up camp anywhere around the map for a small fee. Now, where I'd suggest is either Great Plains, Bayo, or the Heartlands, mainly for hunting. Obviously, if you want to be in that particular area for something else, sure, great. Fairly straightforward. The next thing I want to talk about is something that I come across a lot, and all these tips are something that I come across in the game quite a lot online that people might not necessarily know. Particularly me, who's now playing a lot more with random posses. It's noticeable that some people, even though they're higher level, not really too sure how to play the game. So general horse care, you actually get a lot of things you can give your horse. I'll say outright, the best thing you can give your horse is basically carrots or hay. But then at the same time, the horse does need, I would occasionally give the horse a raspberry. If you come across a raspberry bush, give the horse one. It seems to go down well. And also, if the horse is being a shit, either give them a mint or give them a sugar cube. That seems to sort out a lot of the temperament, as well as trying to calm your horse as well. while you're on it, which you can do on the controller by clicking in the thumbstick. I'm not too sure what it is on keyboard. But these essential tips keep your horse like from bucking you off. Basically, if there's an alligator near you and your horse starts making noise, try and quickly press the calm button. And if you're quick enough with it, your horse should stay relaxed and you should be okay. But if the horse's cause, particularly, are very low, which is what I'm getting at, the horse needs feeding, and it will generally respond a lot worse if the horse cause are low. The ring is itself is its heart and its health rather, and its stamina. But yeah, the cause are its basically overall well-being, and it needs to be fed to keep those up. And that's something I keep seeing a lot on online players. They don't seem to feed their horse, and then wonder why the horse doesn't do anything. So just a little tip I thought we'd get in there. So I've experimented quite a bit, not as the extent of PvP only cat, but I've extended with my own preferences what I prefer in my guns. And I'll say outright, in the revolver, being the navy and the counterman, which I both like fully upgraded, is the express ammo. I would like to use the high velocity, but it's broken. It doesn't work. Don't use that. And the regular ammo is pretty good as well. If that's all you've got, the regular ammo is perfectly fine. I've been tempted to try the split point, but we've not tried it yet purely because of the time it takes to craft it. Now, going on to the shotguns, even though the slugs are great for animals, particularly, so I think like bears and wolves, the slugs do a far better job at putting those down. But when it comes to players or like NPCs, you just stick with the shells. They are far better, in my opinion. They work really good, and I've recently got the pamphlet to unlock my extra ammo of that as well. The bolt gun, I've tried a lot of different ammo. Hunting with the express ammo was very hit and miss. Literally, I would have like a perfect headshot and it would still not kill the animal, still miss. And I kept getting quite annoyed with that. So overall, I've gone to high velocity and I've not really looked back. I very recommend high velocity for the bolt gun. If anything, it's the only gun I use high velocity on, but it works really well, and the bullet penetration is very fun in some situations. I don't use it as much now for NPCs or player versus players I used to, but it's a solid all-round gun. And then what else for the rolling block? I use express just for the most damage, and that seems to work well for me. Varmint rifle I've only recently got, and I guess the next to last but not least is basically the repeater that I use. I use split point. And that's a recent trial I've done, and I've been overall very happy with it. Now, without winning streak that I've got on, it was not so good in player versus player. I was finding myself almost putting 6 shots into people, and they were still shooting me back. They might have been cheaters, but I don't think so. They might just have a tank build. And unlike the express ammo, would have probably put them down in 3. So there is a big difference there. But however, as I said, changing to winning streak seems to have kind of closed that gap. And overall, I've been very happy with this setup. So I'm running Iron Lung, Paint It Black, Live for the Fight, and Winning Streak. Now, sometimes I'll change out Live for the Fight for Fool Me Once. And I'll be honest, I'll show you my favourite cards, really. It's basically Iron Lung, Live for the Fight. Peak Condition's okay. I don't like it as much as I'd want to. Eye for an Eye was very good at the beginning, but to be honest, Live for the Fight gives me so much Deadeye that I find I never run out. So, and then if I do, I'll just use like a chewing tobacco or a Deadeye tonic, and I'm fine for that bit. But I very rarely find myself needing to have a tonic. Unlike Eye for an Eye, particularly if I was getting griefed and you're put into a corner and you've got no Deadeye, you're still doing the same thing. And I basically found myself running out of Deadeye a lot more with Eye for an Eye, because some players, for example, won't die from a headshot. So it's kind of useless. You won't get any Deadeye that you've got using Paint It Black, for example, back. And then basically coming into here, I used Unblinking Eye at the beginning. That was really good. And Fool Me Once. But I've never really used that, but it is definitely strong. Definitely noticed how strong that is. Necessity Breeds is something I ran with at the beginning for a long time, and that helped me clutch a lot of good moments early on in the game, I feel. That was a really good fun card for me. It could be, people say it's useless, but I found it's quite good. And that's kind of it, really. I've recently used Slow and Steady. Slippery Bastard's another one. I don't know if you get all these at the beginning. I can't remember, but Paint It Black is definitely Red Dead to me. So I think all in all, that kind of covers everything, really. I guess round it up, we'll probably talk about how to earn a lot of money very quickly in the game. And that's not something you're going to be able to do until quite far into the game. Basically, you need to get the trader roll. I would say get the trader roll first. Get the bounty hunter roll first, then get the trader roll, because the bounty hunter roll will give you gold, and the trader roll will give you cash. But what I'd actually recommend to do is what just kind of happened to me back there, and it's almost happened to me luckily on when I first started, is that you want to join random posses, and we do that by not going to story. And we do that by going into the online menu, and it will show these selections of, again, different areas we can go into matchmaking or go into free play. And you want to select posse up. Now, some of this can end quite badly, I'll be honest. Some recently of this new update, there have been some quite toxic players playing. They'll kick you from your posse and start killing you. Just quit, just leave, don't put yourself in that position. Go and find someone else that we have some fun with. But ideally you want to be doing bounty hunter missions, and you want to be doing deliveries for people in these, because people like myself will open a posse up briefly to do a delivery, and that in turn will give you a lot of cash just by spending 10 minutes sometimes with a player, just helping them deliver a cargo without actually being griefed. That's all they ask, really. And early on in the game, getting like $400, $600. I can't remember if you get the full payout. I think you get about $400 out of it. I guess the best thing to add as well with the trader roll is that for Cripps' butcher stand, he only wants 3-star deer, really, or 3-star perfect animals, perfect pelts. And the best way of maintaining that is to use the high velocity ammo in the bolt gun. This, and go for headshots or go for heart shots. Clean kill shot, that will generally keep you a perfect carcass from what I found. I'm not too sure how the arrows or anything like that work. I'm sure it's about similar. But yeah, that's just something that I've always stuck with. Always go for the 3-star or 2-star if you need to deer. I sometimes get the skins, but realistically it's a waste of time. Honestly, whole carcasses are worth more. And the small critters as animals as well, I've not started hunting until I got the naturalist role, and even then it's a waste of time. So that's basically how I did the trade, and I ranked that up very quickly, just doing 3-star deer and 2-star deer, really. Don't waste your time with any of the others because it's not worth it. But and I guess the main way, what you can do is you can put a deer on the back of your horse, and you can drag one with the lasso as well. So you can actually take 2 deer at a time. And even though I've only recently got the hunting wagon, I'd still say you don't need it. You really don't need the hunting wagon. It will slow you down really at the end of it. The only thing I've noticed is like the coyotes, you can't drag the coyote, so you've got to have a coyote on the horse and have a deer being dragged if that's what you want to do. But you've almost got to pre-select it. But you will find the game won't spawn many 3-star animals in. They'll only have 1 or 2 around at a time. So it's not like you can farm them too much anyway. And I guess the next one I wanted to go on to, which I'm going to have to add a footage over for anyway, is basically the cover mechanics and the diving mechanics in the game, and how strong these mechanics really are. I didn't realise how good the diving actually was until I came across a griefer online who all he did when he saw me was dive, and it killed my lock-on. I couldn't aim at him, and then as you're frustratingly trying to re-aim at someone, they've got the lock-on ability, or they've got the upper hand, because I think they can still aim at you. And it's just a great clutch method. I really didn't realise how strong it is. And this goes the same with cover. I used to use the cover system a lot at the beginning of the game and found myself doing very well in player versus player situations. But it's something now that as I've gotten stronger and a bit more cocky with the stronger health, and even some of the tonics on, that I don't use even the cover mechanic as I should, but it is very strong. And if you really want to get the advantage in fights, I'd recommend to use the cover and to use the diving mechanic. So if you're basically getting surprised, someone's coming up behind you, dive into the bush, dive into the grass, and then try and quickly aim at them and get the headshot. That works very well, or even get your shotgun out, either of the two. But anyway, this has been my tips video. If you've liked this video, please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, as it helps my channel grow, and you won't miss out on any future content I create. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.